The night when wisdom became a lifeline. There comes a moment when the greatest danger is not the storm outside, but the confusion rising inside your own mind. This was the night Moses feared more than the Red Sea, more than Pharaoh, more than the wilderness itself. The night when he realized that a single wrong decision could destroy the future of a nation and crush his own family beneath the weight of his judgment. Wisdom was not an option. Wisdom was survival. And this is why I am speaking to you now, son, daughter, because the confusion that tried to swallow Moses is trying to rise in your thoughts as well. You have reached a point where the wrong choice could cost you everything, where hesitation is no longer safe, where silence is no longer harmless. Misery attacks the home, but confusion attacks the mind. Confusion blinds, distorts, twists, and weakens. It turns strong people into fragile ones. It makes confident leaders tremble. It transforms simple decisions into unbearable burdens. Moses felt this weight pressing against his mind until he feared that even his obedience might betray him. So he stepped away from the camp, from the noise, from the expectations, and he cried out a prayer that echoed through eternity, a prayer shaped in the essence of what later became Psalm 19. He whispered, "God, I cannot lead without your wisdom. I cannot walk without your clarity. Reveal the errors hidden inside me before they destroy what you entrusted to me." You feel this same urgency today. You are standing in a moment where you cannot afford to choose blindly. Something in your spirit knows that your next decision carries consequences far beyond what you see. Hear me now. The enemy does not always attack with violence. Sometimes he attacks with confusion, because a confused mind destroys itself. This is why I draw you into this message. This is why you could not ignore this video. I am calling you to awaken. I am calling you to clarity. I am calling you to the wisdom that saves destinies. If this word reaches your spirit, subscribe and like so that the message of God reaches another son, another daughter standing at the edge of a dangerous decision. What you support today helps rescue lives tomorrow. When the mind becomes a battlefield. Moses had faced armies, plagues, deserts, and rebellion, but nothing terrified him more than the war unfolding inside his own mind. The mind is the battlefield where destinies are shaped or destroyed, where divine purpose is either embraced or abandoned. Moses realized this the moment he sensed a shift within himself, a quiet fracture forming in his thoughts. He began questioning decisions he once made with confidence. He doubted choices God had already confirmed. He felt the pressure of leading millions, yet inside he felt utterly alone. This is the moment when confusion becomes dangerous, because it disguises itself as caution while slowly poisoning the clarity you once carried. This is where you must see yourself, son, daughter. The uneasiness you feel is not random. The hesitation rising in your decisions is not accidental. You have been fighting external pressures, but the real battle has entered your thoughts. A weary mind becomes a doorway for spiritual interference. A troubled soul becomes vulnerable to deception. Moses sensed this. He said within himself, "I exist, but why do my thoughts feel divided? I see the path, yet something inside me questions every step." The mind that once carried the weight of divine purpose now trembled under shadows that did not belong there. This is how confusion enters. Silently, rationally, convincingly. It does not announce itself with chaos. It enters disguised as logic. It comes wearing the mask of overthinking. It hides inside questions that seem harmless until they multiply. Moses began noticing contradictions inside his own reasoning. One day he felt certain. The next, he felt lost. One moment he was stable. The next, he was drowning in his thoughts. Confusion does not simply cloud the mind. It weakens the will. It drains strength. It distorts vision. It makes the future look blurred. and the present feel unbearable. Hear me. What entered Moses' mind is trying to enter yours, not through dramatic attacks, but through subtle internal whispers. What if you choose wrong? What if you fail? What if everything collapses? These whispers are not harmless. These whispers shape destinies if left unchallenged. Moses understood that his mind could not remain a battlefield. He understood that if he allowed confusion to grow, he would lead his people into disaster. This fear is the same fear you have been feeling, the fear that a wrong decision could destroy what you have been trying to build for years. This is why Moses ran to me. This is why you are hearing this now. Wisdom is not needed when everything is clear. Wisdom is needed when everything inside you feels on the edge of chaos. Wisdom becomes a lifeline when confusion threatens to rewrite your destiny. What I did for Moses, I am ready to do inside your mind now. The secret prayer of confusion and fear. When Moses finally reached the edge of his own strength, he did not collapse before the people. He collapsed before me. He walked into the silence of the night carrying a weight he could no longer hold. His mind felt fractured, his thoughts scattered, his confidence shaken. This was not the collapse of a weak man. This was the collapse of someone who has carried too much for too long. Someone who feared what confusion could do to his destiny. Someone who understood that losing clarity was more dangerous than losing a battle. And in that silent place, hidden from every eye, Moses prayed the most honest prayer a human can offer. God, show me the errors I do not see. Show me the traps I cannot recognize. Show me the thoughts that will destroy me if I do not confront them. This is the essence of Psalm 19 before it was written. Moses was not asking for information. He was asking for survival. He was not seeking wisdom to impress others. He was seeking wisdom to avoid destroying everything he loved. His fear was not external. His fear came from within. He recognized that the enemy outside could not defeat him, but the confusion inside could ruin him completely. This is the moment when sons and daughters realize that their greatest threat is not what others do to them, but what they fail to discern within themselves. You are standing in this same place. Your confusion may look different, but the spiritual danger is the same. There are decisions before you that carry consequences you cannot see. There are thoughts forming inside you that do not align with your purpose. There are emotions rising that seem natural, but are quietly leading you away from the path I established for your life. And just like Moses, you have felt fear not of the outside world, but of your own uncertainty. You have felt the trembling inside your chest when you ask yourself, what if I choose wrong? What if I misread the moment? What if I lose everything because I did not see the truth clearly? This fear is not weakness. This fear is revelation. It is the awakening of your spirit reminding you that wisdom is not optional. It is necessary. It is the difference between destruction and destiny. Moses' secret prayer reached my throne because it was born from desperation. And your spirit feels that same desperation now because you know that your next steps matter more than you have admitted. This is why I brought you to this message. This is why you cannot scroll away. I am calling you to cry out before confusion grows deeper roots. Write in the comments as a prophetic act, God, give me wisdom to see what my eyes cannot see. This declaration breaks silence. This declaration exposes confusion. This declaration opens the door for me to intervene the same way I intervened for Moses. The heavenly response. When God opens the eyes of the heart. When Moses cried out for wisdom, I did not answer with noise or spectacle. I answered by opening his eyes. The human eye sees the surface, but the heart sees the truth. Moses had looked at situations, people, and decisions through natural perception, and everything felt complicated, unstable, overwhelming. But when I opened the eyes of his heart, clarity pierced the confusion like dawn, breaking through a long night. He saw what he could not see before. He discerned what once appeared hidden. He recognized traps that had been invisible. This is why Psalm 19 says, "The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes." Wisdom is not the ability to think more. Wisdom is the ability to see differently. This is where I speak directly to you, son, daughter. You have been analyzing, questioning, worrying, thinking, repeating conversations in your mind, hoping logic would bring clarity. But confusion is not defeated by thinking harder. Confusion is defeated when I illuminate what darkness has been hiding from you. There are motives you have not discerned. There are intentions you have overlooked. There are spiritual battles behind decisions that appeared simple. Moses learned that he was not confused because he lacked intelligence. He was confused because his eyes were not yet opened by me. And this is the truth you must understand now. Your mind does not need more noise. Your heart needs revelation. When I opened Moses' inner vision, a shocking twist unfolded. He realized that some of the pressure he carried was never meant for him. He recognized lies that had been shaping his decisions. He saw emotional wounds influencing his thoughts. He discerned spiritual attacks disguised as reasonable fears. When wisdom entered, confusion broke. When revelation came, fear dissolved. When clarity rose, the path that seemed impossible became simple again. This is what my wisdom does. It shows you the hidden sin that tries to sabotage your choices. It exposes the subtle patterns that push you off course. It reveals the invisible dangers forming around your decisions. It protects you before destruction arrives. You have reached a moment where you need more than understanding. You need divine sight. You need the eyes of your heart opened the same way I opened Moses. The confusion surrounding you is not stronger than my revelation. The fear rising in you is not greater than my clarity. The uncertainty trying to overwhelm you has no power once wisdom enters. I am ready to illuminate what you cannot see. I am ready to reveal what your heart has been longing for. But wisdom is a door that opens only when you cry out in surrender. If you feel my presence stirring within you, do not resist. What I reveal next will change the direction of your life. The shift in the spirit. God rebuilds the inner voice. When I opened Moses' eyes, the confusion that once ruled his mind began to lose its power. The battlefield inside him shifted. His thoughts became aligned with truth instead of fear. His emotions submitted to discernment instead of chaos. His decisions began to rise from clarity instead of instability. But what happened next was deeper than revelation. I rebuilt his inner voice. The voice that once trembled under pressure now carried authority. The voice that questioned everything now trusted my direction. The voice that feared choosing wrong now rested in my guidance. This inner transformation was the true miracle, because wisdom is not only the ability to see. Wisdom is the ability to hear me clearly within yourself. You have been living with a divided inner voice. One part of you knows my presence. Another part fears judgment. One part desires to move forward. Another part remains trapped in hesitation. One part senses purpose. Another part trembles under uncertainty. This internal conflict has weakened your confidence, reduced your joy, and made every choice feel heavier than it should. And this is where I speak to you with urgency. Confusion is not just a lack of sight, it is a distortion of the inner voice. The longer it remains, the more it shapes who you believe you are. Moses came dangerously close to letting confusion redefine him. You have felt this same danger pressing against your spirit. When I entered Moses' inner world, I confronted every lie that had taken root. I dismantled thoughts that did not belong. I silenced voices that were not mine. I restored the confidence he had lost. I rebuilt the trust he once carried. I aligned his identity with my truth instead of his fear. This is what I am prepared to do for you. I am ready to silence the voices that have been draining your courage. I am ready to confront the internal narratives that have been guiding you into hesitation. I am ready to remove the emotional fog that has settled over your decisions. The same power that rebuilt Moses' inner voice is now reaching toward you. Hear me. You cannot walk into your next season with the voice that speaks inside you now. It must be renewed. It must be purified. It must be rebuilt by my Spirit. You have listened to fear for too long. You have listened to the opinions of others for too long. You have listened to old wounds, old failures, old disappointments for too long. Your inner voice needs deliverance, not analysis. It needs truth, not speculation. It needs my clarity, not your doubt. Once Moses allowed me to rebuild his inner voice, everything changed. His decisions became firm, his confidence returned, his path became aligned with purpose, and the confusion that once tormented him lost all authority. This is the shift waiting for you. This is the moment where your story turns. How God uses wisdom to change a destiny. When wisdom entered Moses' spirit, it did not simply resolve a moment of confusion. It redirected the future. Every decision he made after that night carried the weight of revelation instead of fear. He no longer walked as a man reacting to circumstances. He walked as a man guided by divine discernment. What once felt overwhelming became manageable. What once felt uncertain became clear. What once felt dangerous became purposeful. This is the true power of wisdom. It does not only illuminate the present, it reshapes the entire path ahead. And this is the revelation I need you to receive, son, daughter. You are not asking me only for clarity today. You are asking me for the wisdom that protects your destiny. When I rebuilt Moses' inner voice and opened the eyes of his heart, the direction of his life shifted. The people he led were affected. The future of Israel was strengthened. The legacy that came after him was secured. One moment of divine wisdom altered generations. This is the same reality unfolding around you. Your decisions are not isolated. They influence relationships, futures, opportunities, and the spiritual inheritance of those connected to you. Wisdom is not a gift for convenience. It is a barrier against destruction. It is a shield that prevents wrong paths. It is the divine force that shapes the identity you will carry into the years ahead. You have been standing at a crossroads, feeling the weight of decisions that seem too heavy for your own judgment. This pressure is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that your destiny requires a higher level of discernment. Your next steps matter. Your next choices matter. And I'm telling you now with urgency that wisdom is the difference between repeating old cycles and stepping into the life I designed for you. When I give you wisdom, confusion loses its grip. When I give you wisdom, deception is exposed. When I give you wisdom, doors open that were previously invisible. The path becomes straight. The burden becomes lighter. The future becomes clearer. This is why I led you to pray with Moses. This is why you were drawn to Psalm 19. This is why something in your spirit awakened during this message. You were not brought here to receive information. You were brought here to receive transformation. And now I invite you to seal this moment with a prophetic declaration. Write in the comments, God, give me wisdom to walk in your purpose. This declaration is not symbolic, it is spiritual legality. It establishes agreement between heaven and your destiny. Now speak the prayer that aligns all wisdom, the prayer that reorders the heart, the prayer that has shaped generations and silenced confusion across centuries. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.